Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, and the Wolfpack is gathering and starting to howl in Carter Finley Stadium as they are ready to see NC State go to work. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Maryland Terrapins, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Touch pass on the run. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. They pick up a 6. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped the ball, bro. On third down.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Line gets set, first down. Gonna run it, it's Roberts. Not much working there, it'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Gets it out quickly. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Power football with the run. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Right back to the well. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. The Wolfpack will get the 1st down. Tempo and overdrive.
When you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that when you're looking for the 1st down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy, breezy.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. On the run, it's Roberts. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4. Coming to the line, looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 29. Fast motion from the offense. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Maryland has the ball back in the Terrapin offense ready to go. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Off the play fake on 1st down. He makes the connection, and he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The Terrapins will hustle to the line. Dropping back, it's Morris. Steps away to find some room. Escapes the sack, and he'll just get rid of that one.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Grab near the marker, it's Williams. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down, they've got it at the 40. And the Terrapins have their offense in high gear. To the ground with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got his man on the right. The spin, still on his feet. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness. The Terrapins have it with a 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. It's complete. Touchdown, Terrapins! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
He's brought down at the 19-yard line. 2nd down coming up. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Maryland 7, NC State 3.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Little touch pass to the receiver. Makes him talk to the hand. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these 1st downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally and handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football is a game of inches, and you just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. NC State quick to the line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Working that left side. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. He's moving out of the pocket. Let's it fly. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point, and he was able to come away with the pick.
Looking to throw, it's Morris. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Now 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. At the 45 on its way. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
Man, that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some...
Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive line to get to the QB.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. To the sidelines, and he tiptoes his way to a first down before going out of bounds.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. To the air, it's Morris. Makes his connection. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like...
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. It's a 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. First down sack pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. DBs will try to keep everything in front. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Complete to the left.
Don't you just love the big boys? When the big boys up front do their job and create a great pocket, and the quarterback has time now to survey the field and take shots down the field and make huge plays.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Dances away to buy time. Ball in the air, intercepted. Past the 30. The 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Wolfpack. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He showed me, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that are doing that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
He wants to the fake, and he wants to throw.
No,
and he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And he's going to run it back. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the...
Hit the gas, kid! Wide open ahead. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. He's looking to throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and they forced the incompletion.
After the misfire, now on second down. Back to throw, it's Morris. Going for the big play. He's got it inside the 25. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. You could break this down a lot of ways, but on that play, the quarterback just believed his guy was better than the defense.
And he was really right. And anytime you get pressed man where that corner on the outside is all the way up on the line of scrimmage, trying to get hands on that.
Got enough space. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. Give to the fullback. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Maryland!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Quarterback checking off. On second down, he's looking downfield. Gets it out fast. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Oh, my God.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Quarterback empties his backfield. He's back to throw on second down. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
The offense will quickly use a timeout. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Dropping back, it's Morris. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
I like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes a grab. They will score. Touchdown, Terrapins. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
They want to throw. Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. On the move from inside his 5. Just enough time for they'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback will audible. Going up top on first down. Fires one high and deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Terrapins will kick it off to start the second half. The returner will field it and bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Caught near the sticks. It's Jackson. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves him in second and manageable.
I'm down. I'm the black team. I'm losing right now.
I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start putting a lot of pressure.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap.
I'm the trap.
With bad intention. Those guys are using 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Well, that play was designed for that down and distance, right? You saw how he barely got enough to pick up the first. Really nice job by the play caller there, understanding the situation of what play to dial up.
And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to throw on second down. Finds his man. It's Roberts. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Jackson.
And a nice job working in the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Looking to throw for it. Got the quick pass. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Quarterback checking the play. They want to just keep throwing it. This time he's got it. Got some room in it to the goal line. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half, it looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. He's looking. They fake it, and the kicker's looking to pass. He's got it. Two-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen from Comer. Now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. Not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
After the incompletion, looking at second down. The give is to Williams. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
They're bringing heat. And the quarterback made himself at home in the pocket until the defense finally raided his house. Down he goes. And the Terrapins will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to return it. He's got great speed. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, NC State. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. You think you're getting the offense, the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. TCU is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Davey O'Brien among the legends to wear that uniform. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Wyoming. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And that fires you up as a defense. That gives you some extra juice when you come in there and knock the living fire out of someone. Everybody on the defense gets jacked out.
Scanning the field, it's Morris. Quickly complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
On his feet at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
NC State 24, Maryland 20.
The Terrapins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back has it. Breaks the tackle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for this offense. Looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Going for 6. Touchdown, Maryland! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Number 17.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space on the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the 4th quarter.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. going for the return. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
NC State will pick up the first down. Offense lining up quickly. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He wants to throw. Coming after him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
It's at this point of the game where you've got to have great pass protection if you're going to come back and win. You're only down one possession here. You need to give this guy time. They just weren't able to do it on that last one. That's why it's incomplete.
Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. He'll keep it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
And that's what I love about the QB run game in this offense, is it just keeps these defenses off balance. We're going to see a lot of running backs doing their work between the tackles in this game as well. But you see how mixing in the quarterback run, too, it just keeps this defense so confused.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Grab near the marker. It's Rodgers. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And imagine the defense in this scenario, right? You're up by one possession. You need to get to the quarterback. You've got to affect him. You're going to blitz, or you're going to try to win one-on-one up front. They did it that time, hit him, and forced the incompletion.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, third and long coming. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Wide out in motion. They're going to throw it again. Pressure coming. He uncorks one deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's fourth and long. Like, it's one thing if it's fourth and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Finds his man, and they convert. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Works the middle of the field. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Wants to throw on first down. He's right on target. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
NC State with a 1st and 10 here. He's going to pass. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
The short hands, it's Jackson. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Well, this certainly hasn't been a career day for the quarterback, right? He's thrown a couple of picks, hasn't thrown for a ton of yards, but his team is in position to win this game, and they need him to make plays now, a 2-minute situation, to pull this one out. He's got the talent to do it. Let's find out what he does.
Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll throw it on 1st down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on 1st down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Looking for a gap. It's Roberts. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Picked his way through the traffic for 6, but it'll be 4th down and 3 yards to go. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. A huge pressurized kick coming right now as this game hangs in the balance. It's good. Under 60 seconds to go, and we are all tied up.
That is a massive kick late here in the game to tie it up. And now, can your defense do their job and at minimum hold them scoreless here to put this thing into OT? Or even better, can they get you the football back and give you an opportunity to win the game?
And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do, so tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, trying to maximize this time and get in a position to win.
That last completion has him set up, 2nd and short. To the air, it's Morris. Looking for a big play. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdowns.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He's got his man. At the 35, he's open. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. He'll come out throwing on first down. They're working that left side. Touchdown, Terrapins! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Fair catch, called for and made. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. They'll throw it on first down. Might be looking to run. Going to try to get it himself. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Timeout is called with just a single second left. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to find his man on first down. Still looking on the move. He wants a big play here late. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't.